Well, this will be the last time I this today, I assume. That was my last. The first two got screwed up. And the last one, no one showed. So we will see. I'll give this 6 minutes. That old Dougie Doug, that Dougie Fresh, excuse me. It's 6 minutes. Dougie Fresh, Dougie Doug, and you're on. Is Dougie Doug and Dougie Fresh? No, that's two. That's two different people. Huh? 6 minutes. Here we go. Let's see. The countdown has begun. Hey, look at that. See, whenever I just jump on here, more people show up. That's. I learned my lesson about that. I can't have shows scheduled for the future because it never works. Who's up in here? What y'all want to talk about? What you want to do? You want to play with tarot? You want to talk about sports? You want to talk about race cars? You want to talk about engineering? Shit we never talk about. Oh, you wanna dig deep? You wanna dive deep? Welcome, all my deep divers. Shout out Ralph Smart on that. We can get into the like what doesn't Zen know about? Maybe obviously architecture. Play with that. What you wanna know about? What you wanna do here? Maybe I'll ask the tarot cards what we should talk about. Hmm. Who's up in here? What y'all doing? How's it going? How goes it? How does things be? What up, Skyhopper? Yeah, yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, whenever I plan a show that never works out, so that's why you just do it immediately, like just jump on here. The first one's kind of got screwed up. I tried to do two broadcasts and it kind of put me like it put it changed the screen. I don't know why. I put it in portrait rather than landscape, and nobody likes that. There we go. The Pole Star and the Seer. Good cards, good cards. Fluidiums, yes. Keep it fluid, keep it loose. You want to talk about fluid? Fluid dynamics of hydraulic systems. Talk about oils and waters, pressurized systems. Talk about seals around uh, pneumatics. Weird how that P is silent in pneumatics, huh? Talk about pneumatics in English language. Some words have more more fluidity in speaking, and some people have some words have more pneumatic pressure. Can a word have pneumatic pressure? I mean, nomadic, I guess. So what else up in here besides the hopper? Potion lotion. What you talking about? You potion lotion? Keeping the ocean in motion. Yeah, I keep doing that because I to keep this computer up. I have something set up here because it doesn't I don't have a stand for this, so kind of I have a glass in front of it. Put the lotion in the basket. Let's see what we got here. Let me pull one of these cards out. See what kind of day we're gonna have. Put the lotion in the basket. What you we doing? What you we doing? How's that puppy of yours doing, man? It's so funny. It reminds me of Meaty whenever I lived in the middle of the country. Like we lived on a big old farm, and she was just like wild ass running everywhere. She was never like a go get sticks. She was always like play with the other animals kind of animal. She'll go hunt down the turkeys. She'll go harass the turkeys, and then go play with the cows and the horses. The emperor. good card. I'll have to sit down and study these cards one day. I haven't really looked at all of these. Let's see if it works on here. Oh, it works better on here. I can kind of zoom in. Let's see, I'll try that over here. The Emperor appears to be grilling out, and there's a sheep, or no, it's a ram next to him. Village. He's got a steak in one hand and a knife in the other. It's a cape, looking like Superman out here. Yeah, these are great. These are very like peculiar looking. You know, they're all very glossy and. There we go. Love that. That's a good one right there. Which one's this? The Empress right there. Look at that. The Empress is excellent right there. She's just chilling with the lemonade and the apples and the corn and just like lounging. That's an excellent card. I like that. What's next to her? The Chariot's a funny one too. I like that. Chariot one. Just ran up there through this with a shopping cart. I like these. These are fun. Hey, what up? What up, May? Yeah, for sure. Hit me up on my email. Theoluminous. TheoluMinous. And let me know when you want to. I mean, maybe today. I'm kind of just chilling today. Depends on how deep you want to get and what you want to talk about. Hit me up on my email and tell me kind of like an overview of what you kind of want to talk about, so I kind of get my mind in that place. I like to have a little bit of a moment before I, speak to people on Skype. So Theoluminous, Theo Luminous at Gmail, and let me know when you're available and what you want to talk about, and we'll go from there. Sound good? I don't have a website. I mean, my email is listed underneath these videos, though. It might not be. It's not beneath this one, but it's in. Look up basically the other 700 videos I have. Go back a few videos because I always have to update the description and things after I make these videos. But if you go back to my earlier past, like 2 weeks ago, they'll all have in the description box at the bottom. There you go. Theoluminous at Gmail. This is right. You all correct. But of course. And these are these other ones, Hopper, that I really, really dig. They're just a little easier in my hand because they're matte finish rather than the glossy high gloss finish. They just and the balance just went up here. That's pretty slick. There's a face underneath the tree right there. Let's see, where is it? Right there. These are pretty slick. These apparently were really hard to come by. I don't know if you're familiar with them. These are apparently like people would have these, selling them for like lots of money, having them still in the package. Shaman is really my favorite here. And they just reintroduced these recently. Yeah, I don't know if you knew Core Birth, Quartz now. That's what he goes by, Quartz. He sent me these. So who else in here? What do you? Y'all, you hear the jazz in the back? You know what? I don't even know why I don't turn it up a little bit, because no matter what, if there's music on, shit is copyright claimed every single time. So what you want to get into, y'all? Who else is here? We got Hopper in the building, and we got nine masturbators in the back, as always. We'll call your asses out for that. Sitting there, uh, living vicariously through everybody else's comments. I dig it though. I know about some of us experience life through experience, and some experience through watching, and listening. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Fix that right up right there. Oh no. There. Hmm. Yeah, Skyhop, I don't know if you were on yesterday when hold on. My favorite jazz station here is it's usually a live broadcast. It's steezy as fuck. Steezy, steezy as fuck, or AF. And then when you go to that channel, you'll find a bunch of different other live shows and anything, people doing like background jazz, cafe jazz, etc., etc., and anything that's going to show up on your YouTube right there, it's going to be real good stuff. So it's good, just bug out music. Put this on. I put this on for the dog. If I leave the house, I put this on for like the 8-hour show, and she can just relax. What's up, Travis Cup? Observation is, yes, watch everybody else stub their toes so you don't do it. What's up, Alexandra Hafner? Mm. Let me go grab myself a coaster so I don't ruin this desk. Right back. Might as well refill this one up. Sliding up in there. Rawr. Exactly. Rawr. Yeah, man. That's today all day. Actually, the past 2 days, it's been very just. I don't know. It's like, some days you have like your mind has different thoughts in it. Sometimes it's anxious thoughts, sometimes it's just thoughts. But and sometimes you just have like an empty mind. And like yesterday and today, for the most part, I've just kind of been like, that. It's not apathy. It's not. Um, it's quietness, stillness, grayness to a degree, and I don't know. It's good standard comfort or whatever. It's like I could just sit down and eat a bowl of soup and just drip it all over myself and just sit there in my own mess and just go, that kind of day. Like put on the tunes or watch a movie, that kind of day. Not necessarily even a cuddled up in bed day. Those kind of days where you're just kind of like, oh, like mopey and sad. It's not like that. Just kind of a passive day. And I wonder about those on the larger scale of vibrations of things, right? If my energy system is like that, my auric field extends to a certain, radius, probably more than others, and not as much as some. But how much those fields and vortexes of influence Like, where is that calmness coming from? Is that like resonating internally from myself and radiating out, or is that something outside of myself? Because like, and obviously we're affected by the things we're looking at and listening to, 5G networks or whatever, the television, the radio, the phone, the sounds, the smells, the sights. But like, to a higher degree, there's obviously there's affected and effective. Like what is affected and what is affecting change. So I wonder it's kind of like the thought, where is what is the source of thought? What is the source? Like when people say, oh, pay attention to your thoughts and have control of your thoughts, like you can't really do that. It doesn't. You can have, to a degree, you can have your desire. I mean, desire is the way the world works. Without desire, the world doesn't exist. So you can have a desire for something and broadcast that thought, but like, all the randomness that goes on, like you can't control all that. You can't control what goes on in your head all the time. Like, think of all the stupid shit that you've thought, like the most random things, the most absurd things, like different shapes and animals that don't really exist, but maybe they exist in another realm, that kind of thing. And events and things working in different orders and whatever, like dreams that you'll have that are just like completely bizarre beyond belief. Where the rain is going upwards and that kind of thing. As I'm saying that, interesting. Like, what is the source code of, or where the pinpoint or the beginning of thought is? If you say the beginning of thought is like you say sound is the beginning, well, how was the sound made? Where did it come from? That's always an interesting idea. Yeah, imagination is the gift for sure. I mean, but even that, don't get caught up in that thought too often. It's like, where did imagination come from? And you go, oh man, that's too much. You took too much, man. You took too much. You can't know that. It's like seeing your own eyes without a mirror. That kind of thing. Yeah, Alexandra. I always like the idea that if you had a piano that was long enough in that direction and in that direction, you'd eventually play a sound. Well, you'd play a sound and you'd eventually play a color, and you'd eventually play a smell. And it's all the same thing, right? Or so we're told. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's really not. So when I remember I was watching one of my earlier broadcasts, and I was doing this. I kept doing this, and I wondered what people thought I was doing. But it's my dog right here, and I'm just like petting her head, and people, what the fuck is that guy doing? Right? Is he playing with himself? Like, no, my dog puts her head on my lap, and I just massage her cranium. How you doing? Yeah, I know. You tell me that a lot, man. She does visit a lot of people. She goes and traverses. Sometimes whenever she's in her dream world and I hear her kind of like, I can see her paws like kind of going through the little, she's running around and I hear her kind of barking or something. She's kind of, you can tell what she's, yeah. Oh, look at her. Oh, she's about to pass out with her head on my lap. She's standing up too. Yeah, she's a nice dog. Yes. Skyhopper says hi, dog. Oh, shoot. You know what? I'll grab the tarot. What deck obviously I can use any of the four. I'm gonna try to work this out in the future and be a little more professional or something, and get I'll organize this. I mean, obviously I could. I like doing it this way, but it would be nice to have a second camera so I could put the tarot cards down and get some sort of computer system to do this properly. But I do have four decks. One is the Tsar deck. One is this deck, the Cook's deck. One is the Wildwood deck, and then the other two are the Gravity Falls fun ones, which are like cartoon cards, which only have the major arcana, and then my Tsar deck. And let me go give this dog some food because I know she's snacky right now. After I take her out, she always wants to get fed. So let me go get her some food. And you guys tell me, you guys have a question or something. If you want me to answer a question, I'll do it, or just keep it in your mind and tell me what deck you want, how many cards you want, and if you want like a past, present, future, or if you want whatever kind of layout you want, or if it's just one card, one answer. Okay, come on. Let's get you some food. Oh yeah. Look at all of this. About to get fed. Good girl. There you go. Come on. Oh yeah. There you go. Um, yeah, Skyhopper. Yeah, I agree with that. Interesting that you'd ask that question because I was watching a video on the how ayahuasca works in the brain and what it does with your neurochemistry. That's just fun to say. And it does the same thing a lot of other things do. It just does it in a quicker way. And so like a lot of people like always like, oh, ayahuasca is the way to go, or do psychedelics. And for me, it's always everything is psychedelic. You can get the same experience in a longer, easier way. So it's like losing weight. It's like fasting. If you want to get healthy, you can get healthy in, you know, 3 weeks, like good, right? Or you could, well, I want to eat once a day and I've got this thing's going on. Okay, well, it's going to take you 5 months. You can do the same thing with chemicals and things to address, which is what we're getting at here, phobias or anxieties or depressions or whatever, because they're connected to your body memory, which your body memory stores it, which your brain unfurls it. How's that? You have things in your body stored as memory charges, and your body itself holds it. Your brain just organizes it as it works through. And if you have different neurological connections made, there's more pathways for a memory to take through your system. If you only have one connection made, it's like a bridge over a river. There's only one way to go, and it's well. Every time I see a dog, I'm scared because when I was 2, I got bit. Right? You know, so it's like PTSD. I mean, trauma-based mind control and PTSD is a lot like that. That's number one thing in the world. Like everyone has that to certain degrees for certain things. I mean, I have a friend scared of butterflies, right? Like, whoa, what a weird thing to be scared of. And other people scared of like, you got the normal things you can be scared of, like loud noises, certain colors even. I think even color can cause distress for people. Certain tones. So yeah, it's all. But if you have more neurological connections and capacity in your brain, and this goes into what I was talking about yesterday, and IQ, and having intelligence quotients, and how many pathways can be made if you only connect a certain number of things. Like I live in a small area. I just lived in the inner city, right? I don't have any neurological connection made of how to swim, what a swimming pool is, or what it is to go to a zoo. This is the idea I gave yesterday. But if you came from a different type of family, now you have a larger data bank of experiences. And so those experiences open up more bridges in your brain. So if you have an experience, you can cross 10 different bridges. It doesn't, it's like, oh, no, that's not even a problem. Just there's 9 other ideas here. And so that becomes the creative force, the creative capacity, where a lot of people, they get stuck in. It's funny that when you loop your urine, you're actually creating more neurological connections. But the word looping, interesting enough, is you get stuck in a tiny loop in your mind if you think certain things will happen in certain like intervals. So people get stuck in, I gotta have my coffee now. These are like, look at people with severe forms of autism, or severe forms of, like, those kids, I gotta knock 3 times before I do this to take to the door, and all of this, like all of that becomes, everyone has that. That's the thing, is a lot of people look at that and go, well, that person has a lot of a lot of mental whatever. But I could look at somebody that's 40 years old that gets up every morning, has coffee, and goes their 9 to 5 job, and on Tuesday nights they're going to make sure they get the red beans and rice, and on Fridays they're going to go see Joe over at the pub, and blah blah blah. Like that's just an extended version of the same kind of psychological insanity, which is all held within the memory system of people consuming the same things. You're consuming the same things. This is why you see me. I consume a bunch of different things because why not? So, I mean, sometimes I'll go through. Here's what I'm gonna consume, but I like to consume, like, hey, for me, I like different spirits. I like different humans. Humans are all spirits, so I like different humans at different times. I'll meet new people. Get rid of this one, next one, next one. What's up? Here's a different spirit. Here's in this class. Oh, here's some different kind of food. Here's a different Here's a different place I've lived. So all of these things make new neurological connection, where most people don't have that capacity. But most people don't realize the biggest thing to do is to make new connections is you need to release most of what's already stored up in your body as toxin, and as think of trigger point therapy. If anybody's not familiar with that, it means like you have spots in your body, like there's certain people, it's really strange to me. I can just look at them and be like, oh, you're holding stress here, and I'll poke somebody and they're like, well, how the fuck did you know that? And so I don't know why, but it's like, some people hold it here, some people right over here, some people got that thing right here. Like I got some here, and you got people down here, and then you got some in the legs and IT bands and blah blah blah. So all of those points are pressure and stress points that are triggers to neurology, basically, because those points are actually going to release the chemicals out of the brain that got mixed up a long time ago when you had a problem at 5 years old and you got bit by a dog, right? And so you ate a pill because mom or dad went to the doctor, gave you a pill, and then gave you ice cream and blah blah blah. So that ice cream now is in your system with the pill, connecting with you getting bit by a dog. Now next time you see a dog, you immediately want to go get an ice cream or something, right? That's what happens before you're even aware. So that's like that's how it works. That's the yes. So it's all stored in the body. The brain is secondary system. The first brain was the stomach. So if we do the water fasting, the urine fasting, even just juice fasting, or any kind of fasting off of solids, you'll start to clean out all of those things, and you'll find little kind of things that you had tensions or anxieties about just like they vanish. It's like fluidium. So if we go back to the beginning of this conversation, the word you said was fluidium, like fluid, because I said you want to talk about hydraulics and oils and fluid and fluid dynamics. So when we get off of the solid foods, you become more of a fluid person, and then you become a breatharian or an ether, become closer to the ether. So let me slow down here and see what you guys had to say. And thank you, Alexandra. Yeah, me too, Sky Hopper. That's funny. It was just I was just tired of being kind of had a little bit of a little depression here and there, a little bit of anxiety here and there, just kind of stuck in the rut. And I was like, okay, I'm drinking piss today, and I did. And I was like, oh, I forgot. I didn't forget. I was just like, oh, that's right. My brain actually now back up to working at a higher capacity. Yeah. What's up, Plato? Yeah. I mean, I think that is we wind ourselves up to unwind it to a degree. I think if you never knew a little bit of winding yourself up or tensing yourself up, you could never fully relax. One of the biggest ways for people to learn to relax is you can't just go through some okay, just relax. People are like, how the fuck do you relax? Here's how to relax. If you want to really relax, you start with your hands and you clench your hands. And then you clench your next muscle. You isolate, and you use isometrics on all of your. You go through the whole thing, and you tense and you relax, because then you'll know relax. You tense the whole thing. Go through your whole system, your butt, all of your legs, your feet, your head, even your neck and your head, and try to squeeze out all the tension in your face. You want to pull it together first, and then you relax. And that's one of the biggest things people try to just relax. Like, how do you relax? You can't just relax, because it's to do again, to lax again. So you need to kind of tense, and then you can understand what the relaxation is. It's kind of like lifting a weight, even. Yeah, for sure. Afterwards you get in that kind of comfort zone. You're like, man, what the fuck was it? Why was I stressing myself out? But I suppose that through the whole thing there is a larger, grander purpose for your own putting stresses on yourself. Yeah, you like that, Plato? Yeah. Yeah. I think the more whatever, the birthing process and all that, it's a struggle or whatever. I mean, it can be easy if we knew where we came from, and we knew, like, water birthing, and there wasn't the programming that the birth is pain, and you have to be in a hospital, and it's the child is sin, and it came from sin. And if you find those kind of people that, it's an orgasmic experience, and the child comes, like, there's a small group of people that still remember that's the that was the truth to it. But um the traumas that we place upon ourselves, that we've observed and continue to it's just like reteaching the same lesson or whatever. It is quite funny though, huh? It makes for a good sense of humor. And that was the video I was going to do yesterday, on the four humors. And the biles, the four biles. Well, it's not biles. I mean, you have the yellow, the white, the clear, and the black. And there's supposed to be a balance between those, and I don't think there's supposed to be. The black and yellow really aren't supposed to be there. I think there's only supposed to be the two, the white and the white and the clear. But that's that. I didn't want to get too much into that, because I didn't. I thought it was just too long of a talk for last night. So, but that's interesting. The humors of life, and the connection to the Greeks, and even the Greeks had the same system of chakras, the Greek chakra system. I mean, they just use different words for it, right? Yeah, the ride is free. Who's that great author? Or put the it wasn't even an author. It was a comedian that put the quarter on the merry-go-round and take the ride. Oh, it was. Oh no, actually, it was one of my favorite authors. Very funny. Um, I want to get the quote right. Pay the fee, take the ride. Was that what it is? Pay the fee, take the ride. Yeah. Hunter S. Thompson. Anybody? I forget the exact quote, but I mean that's the idea. He was a very much a proponent of that. Yeah, exactly. Umbilical cord should fall off. It should not be cut. Should be no knives. You don't have knives. Kind of. It's not a kitchen. Like a birth is supposed to be something that's part of that's life, right? It's not supposed to be. We ain't cooking here. You buy the ticket, take the ride. Thank you, and well, earthly being. Buy the ticket, take the ride. There you go. Uh huh. I hear you. I hear you, Skyhopper. Yeah. I remember when I went to Phoenix, Arizona. That was very funny. It was an interesting time too. Uh, Oddly enough, thinking back on it, I don't remember the plane ride there, the plane ride back. But this is in college. I played collegiate soccer, and it was right around the time a friend of mine had passed. So it was very interesting time, and it was Phoenix, Arizona. So this is years and years ago. I'm an old man now, or not at all. Yeah, breath should not be, no. Neither should, well, death doesn't really exist, but. What up, Leo? Hero Wibblers? What is that? Is that a person? Is that a is that what's on the is that what's the music is? Should I write that down and look that up? Is that some jazz music or something? Or is that just something y'all say out there in out in wherever the fuck you are, Westchester? Aren't you in aren't you out there in England somewhere? Hero Wobblers? Is that a? I want to say it like I'm from Australia, but you kind of screw the Australian and you really what do they call it? I don't want to crossbreed the English and the Australian. It's not a good look. Hello Wobblers, West Bubble fuck. Oh, the Hello Wobblers. There we go. Yeah, I told you before. I had these two right here. I shaved them down when I was I don't know. They were there. I had fangs. Like it was too much. I had to get rid of those. Couldn't be showing people my ancient roots. The viper. I couldn't be showing people that. I was very I was very reserved growing up. I was not at all like this. Now I'm just tripping on this Australian accent. Where's what's his name? Help me out here from Australia. What's his name? He comes out here once in a while. He ain't been out here in a while. I ain't seen him. I should probably. I see him on Instagram all the time. Um, Shaman Clown. Yeah, he's from the outback. Well, I think he's originally from. I don't know if he's from England and went to Australia, or he was from Australia and lived in England. I don't remember, but yeah, yeah. You make words up. Good for you. Yeah, Shaman Clown. There you go. Yeah, I talked to him the other day. Well, like in passing, not like talked to him, but I talked to him a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Shaman Clown. The Wobblers. The Wobblers. The Gnosis. As we knows it. Yeah. Oh, so I got these cards out. If anybody wants me to pull a card for them, it was working out real well. Wheel rel. Let me just flip it around. Real well yesterday, and I think I want to use. I don't know what I think. I'm gonna use something. I'm want to use these two right now. I want to use 2 cards for somebody. I want to use this one and this one. Okay. What I'll do is oh, look at that. How do I adjust this here? I need like 1 more pound of weight here. Oh, here we go. I know what I can do. This is so I'm like duct taping shit together right now to get this to sit right. All right, here we go. So, hey Plato, here you go. So I'll pull you 2 cards. You just gonna hold the question? See how these do for you. Oh, that one got. Anybody got any information on if your card get a little bent, not like a fold, but just gets a little, you get kind of that little wobbly. Anybody know how to kind of get that out of there? Anybody got any ideas? Because I got these cards from someone, and they already had the wobbles in them. I've been trying to work out the kinks, but here you go, like that one right there. Okay, well, here we go. You want the fire? Okay, here we go. I got you a fighter card here. I can tell already. Oh, that's the one, huh? See, it's stick. These ones are so crazy. So look at that. Oh, there it is. I'll take that one. Oops. Okay. So is this yeah, well, I'm scenting right now. I have a lemongrass in the oil diffuser right now. You know what? Did you where'd you go? Who asked me for the card? Where are we at here? Oh yeah, I know, Plato. So did you already ask the question? I didn't know if you were talking to Skyhopper there or you were talking to me. I mean, you don't got to tell me what it is, but are you ready for the card? Are you ready for the card is what I'm saying. I've already pulled one, and I'll pull the other one. And this will be, because you know a little bit. Yeah, okay, wait, yeah, okay. You know the tarot a little bit, right? So I don't got to I'll let you decide what these 2 cards are. Is that good, or do you want me to put, okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna pull 2 cards and I'll let you decipher the way you like. But I'll give for everybody else in the room that doesn't know what they might mean. Here's the 2 cards. One is the star card, which is totally awesome. I really like this. I pulled this yesterday for somebody. I really like that. Uh-huh. And the other one is the Emperor, which is so slick. The number 4. So you got the Emperor and the Star, and right out the Cook's Tarot book. The Cook's Tarot books. Oh, that's so funny. I put it underneath there, so I'll do the Emperor and the Star out of here. Let's see. So that's very funny when you read from different decks, they have slightly different ideas. But this is the Green Man in the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Green Man, which is connected to, see, the Great Father, the Patriarch, the King, the Sacred Oak, Guardianship of the Land, fertile energy, thriving during new projects and relationships. That's cool. Yeah. And the... Which one is the star? What number is the star? Because I know they do it different on this deck. I don't think they have a star in this one. Is it 17? You can make me grab this book out of here. Let's see. Was it number 17? Is that how they did it? Oh yeah, it's 17. Of course it is. Aquarius. The star is archetypical representation of youth, beauty, women, water, innocence, childhood fancies of energy, no worries, falling stars, inner light. It's always the icing on the cake, huh? Those are two excellent cards right there. Those fit together very well. The Star and the Emperor. Yeah, that's a good pairing. That's a good combination. Hopefully that answers whatever your question was. I thought you were saying relationship, so if it has to do with relationship, it seems about appropriate. Um, hmm. So, so hey, here, I got a question for y'all. Here, you guys can be my tarot. Should I continue to let this just fucking freak out and go? Or should I trim it up? Or should I get rid of it and do Fu Manchu? Well, like, I don't know. It's at that point of I either have to trim it or I just have to deal with the next 2 weeks of it being really completely scraggly. Can't really tell. I don't know. Just looking for a little. You guys are my tarot. There's only if there was 22 of you, that would be better because then I could use each one of you as a tarot card. You've been seeing 4. Interesting. Um, hmm. 444s. What would be interesting about that? Let me see what I do. Hey Leo, you got my Instagram, right? Let me see something here. Yeah, my Instagram from the 20th is 444s. Yeah. I get numbers every day, like obscene amount of numbers. But yeah, just a couple days ago, the fours were the force because somebody else had posted something on the fours, and I was like, oh, the force. And then right when I posted it, or right when he posted it, I was like, that just happened to me. Tree surgery. Yeah, I remember when I lived in Indiana, there was 2 dying trees, and I had to they were in front of the house that I was renting, and I went and did some baking soda and hydrogen peroxide. I don't know if they ended up living or not, but because I don't live there anymore. But interesting. There's a lot of on one side of the building here. There's really nice, healthy living trees, and on this side over here, there's a couple dead ones. I just think they were planted on the wrong side. Where the sun comes, it's not. I don't think it's appropriate for where the trees are. Fu Manchu, yeah. You want to see me? You want to see me without the beard and a Fu Manchu? You want me to do the Play-Doh? You want me to do the handsome trim, the real nice cropped up, like I look like a a reasonable member of society kind of trim? Is that what you mean? Like trim it up and look like I could put a suit on and not look like a complete fucking goofball. What you talking about? Everything I do is handsome. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll trim it up a little bit. I had to. Anybody ever just pull the? You get the one little straggler out the nose there, and you got to pull it, and then it's like, what is that? It makes you have to sneeze, and why does it hurt so fucking much? Just thinking about it right now, it's making me have to sneeze. That's. It's like sniffing pepper. It's like hot pepper up the nose. Onions and hot peppers make crying and sneezing and shit. Hmm. So I'll do a handsome trim. Oh, okay. Anybody else in here want me to pull them a card? I'll use a different deck for a different person. I think we're gonna pull from. Let's see. There we go. I like that. I'll pull from that one. I'm gonna leave the Tsar deck where it is for today. We're gonna put these three over here. It's funny. I'm wearing the green I'm wearing is very much. I got the greens today. The green goes, huh? Leo, I know you dirty rascal. You into some S&M and you like bondage and sadomasochism, and probably bondo too. I mean, I don't know. You probably repair cars with pulling nose hairs out, getting chicks to fucking smack you with leather whips and shit, huh? Don't mind me. Yeah, I don't the nose hair thing. No way, man. That's not for me. I mean, I don't like. There's some types of pain that don't bother me. Like it's laughable to me. Like, but other types of pain is like, yeah. Like the nose hair thing. And I'm really I'm kind of a little bit I want to use the right word here. I can't believe I feel like a girl that just got a new haircut, and no one's commented on my cool new hat that I have, or the fact that I'm even wearing a fucking hat, which is unbelievable. I thought y'all knew me better than this. That a compliment would it would go very far for all of you, and I can't even get a compliment out of this fucking hat. I got it, and I thought it looked pretty slick, because who's got a pink corduroy hat? I do, and nobody said a damn thing. So I don't know if the hat sucks or if you guys suck. I can't tell. I'm gonna go with you guys suck because the hat's fucking awesome. And if you don't think so, let me know. Well, thank you, Plato. I appreciate that. Oh no, never that. And well, thank you. I appreciate it. I think whatever I put inside of the hat, whatever's beneath the hat, is sucky. It's I didn't feel like wearing I didn't feel like putting my hair up today. It's just been sometimes just tying it up all the time is just too much. It's a fine looking hat, sir. Hmm. uh, well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Coming from you, Leo, I going through that entire sentence there. I appreciate the comment on the hat, even though I had to really fish for that from all of you. Yeah, I have a very interesting way of dressing, and some people are like I don't know why it looks good on you, but I couldn't wear that. Like green and pink, and I wear like red. I like wear red and pink and green and like shit that just shouldn't match, but for some whatever reason it apparently it looks good. At least they fucking lie to my face. That's fine. Snicker behind my back if you must. Fishing for compliments out here. So you all know this is an average size coffee cup. I just have a very small head. I'm just a tiny person. I'm really like 3 foot tall. This is why nobody knows who I like. I don't walk out in public. I'm 3'2", and this is just how big I am. Which would be kind of funny, I think. Oh, nice. Green pink is dope. Yeah, it's a dope combo. Yeah, it is. And it's such a soft pink too. And the corduroy, you can't fucking beat it. Like, who fucking rocks corduroy? I was like, holy shit, that's mine. I had a whole outfit I was gonna, but I'm in New Orleans, so you can't. There's no winter. But I picked out this really slick ass winter outfit with this furry. It was awesome. But I was like, man, I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna get one chance to wear this, and it ain't worth like $60 for a one-time use clothing item. The Metamorphosis card, good. Yeah, I've been going from the larvae stage to the caca. That's what it's more of a butterfly that also screams caca. Oh, that's funny. I was just talking to somebody a couple days ago about flamingos and what weird creatures they are. Like what a strange bird that is, and it's only what the fuck is with the thing? It's only where can you find these things? In Florida? Is that the only place? Do they exist anywhere else? Are they actually real? I mean, are they on the remote controls or some shit? I don't like. What are they? Like they're like the tacky lawn ornaments that you find all over the world. Well, I don't know about all the world, but at least I've seen them around. But I've never seen one. I've never seen one in real like in real human life. Although I did see a black duck, full on black duck. That was pretty cool. And I did see the same day. I saw 2 days apart at the same place. I seen a black duck and I seen a white. What is the? It's usually a black and gray German Shepherd. It was a white German Shepherd. It was fucking crazy. But I've never seen a pink flamingo or any color flamingo for that matter. Why do they call them pink flamingos? Why don't they just call them fucking flamingos? Are there flamingos that are another color? I've never even. Why pink? Why aren't they just call them fucking flamingos? Anyways, I don't know. Fuck am I talking about? An albino dog. So there's literally, I thought they only exist in very hot climates, and isn't most of Europe in a too cold of a climate? I thought they were hot weather birds. I mean, they fly, right? And I thought they were always near the ocean, so they get their whatever they're picking out of the water right there. The color, okay, well, shit. I'm learning all sorts of new things today. I didn't. Next time you see one, send me a picture of a flamingo that is not pink. I want to see a multicolor. I want to see a blue flamingo. How's that? Let's make that happen. Blue flamingos, like electric blue, like an eel. How about an electric blue, glow in the dark, like blue and green. Yeah, that's what I need to see. I will have this flamingo. I know. It's fun though. Makes me feel important, I guess. I always just assume it's people in the background. I know there's a lot of people that are like, no, dude, I just listen because they're like taking care of their kids. they have shit going on, and whenever I call them out, they're like, no, dude, I'm here. Like, just fucking. But then I'm sure there's some bots, but I don't. Whatever. Makes me feel good. I feel like I got some people listening to me. Pat myself on my back. Good job. Good job for whatever. you're real important. You're real popular. Gosh darn it, people like you. So I'll pull one more card for somebody. I know Super Champion Rocker. I knew that. Every time Super Champion Leo. I think Super Champion and Leo is the same person, or same bot. Either way. You botty boy. I'll call you both botty boys. How's that? You fucking botty boys. You know, and it's a whole new thing. It ain't just for the fucking the Rasclots and the Jamaicans. It's the botty boys. These people out here. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, whatever, Leo. You know, whatever, man. Whatever. It's all good. It's no worries. Maybe some of these bots could send me some fucking cash. They got. You're fucking botty boys. Here, let's see. I'm gonna ask the cards. Are there? Let's see how to phrase the question properly. Are there 10 bots in the room? Why would that even make any sense? Why? But let's see. Are there 10 bots in here? Let's just go right there. Boom. I got the wheel. What card? Number 10. Cash wheel of fortune. The cash bots. Give me your money. It's a stick up, cash bots. How many bots in the room? 10 of them, right there. 10. Just like I said. It's a stick up. Give me all your money. Release all of your funds into my accounts immediately, or remove yourself. Or it could be like, it's got to be something to do with bros too, bati bros. Need a different flavor. I don't like this one. What color? I was feeling very green today. Let's turn it up a notch to lavender, and let's do mint and lavender. I like that. That's a good idea. Oh, that's right. Did it work out as per the hopes and dreams? What up, Sydney? Okay, cool. But do bots have thumbs? Okay, there we go. Ooh, that smells way better. There we go. Maybe that'll clean the air of such things. Sydney, a damn bot. What are you doing here? Did you want a card while you're here? Hey, bot. Ooh, smells good. There you go. That was a good change up there. He's a Sydney city. The cities. It's interesting. I was researching the word city the other day, and the amount of different cultures that use some form of the word city, and even the Irish use a form of the word city. Originally, I thought it was just the dot, the Indian dot to use cities, and then there's obviously the American city, CITY, or English speaking. But then there's the cities from the Irish people, the Irish folk. My lips are blue now. There's a little bit of well, it's because of this probably. There's a little light coming in. That is very funny. I can see it now on the camera too. I think it's just because the way the light's coming through. Yeah. And the TV's got a little blue on it too, so yeah, that's fun. I think it's the lipstick that I'm wearing. And when you contrast colors, like the redness of my cheeks and the pink of the hat, really cause almost purple there, huh? It's because I don't breathe. I just. Let's see. I'm gonna pull 3 cards, and they will be for whoever asks next time. These will be your cards, and they will be a there it is. Let's do it this way. Now I can't wait to go rewatch it and see where exactly they turn blue. I'm gonna chew on them now. Get a little blood moving there. Oh man, that's cool. A dictionary and etymology. That's cool. I used to have a really great dictionary from. I've told this story before. I don't know if you were here for it. You mean? I had a dictionary from like 1931. It was big, giant, dusty, awesome thing, and I brought it to a bar one night and gave it to somebody because we were all playing one of those games where you got to figure out how the fucking words, whatever that game is. What's the name of it? Scrabble. There you go. And the guy was complaining that his wife always beat him because she was just really, really intelligent. She knew a lot of words. And so I was like, man, I got something in my house that I don't use too often, but it was pre-Leipzig Convention before they changed the meaning of a bunch of words in the English language. And yeah, that was interesting. I used to do a little bit on my my WordPress where I would go through the book and pull a few words out and give the original definition before it was changed. But that's cool, man. The Barnhart Dictionary. Now you got me all like focused on the color of my lips. Oh, you know what? And I also there's let's do this. The aromatherapy thing has a button I push and it puts color off. Yeah, Leo. Yeah, so I pulled 3 cards already. Or do you want me to pull you a fresh one? I do, Plato, yeah. I'd actually made a video about him a while back. He's slick with the gematria, man. And he came out with a lot of cool stuff. And when he came out with some cool flat earth stuff, and he was always in gematria. I got a couple of his books. He's a cool dude. Good music, too. He's a good dude. I get good vibes off him. He's excellent. So here's what I'll do for you, Leo. I'll get you a fresh card from any deck that you'd like. Yeah, he's really excellent. For me, it's always just vocally what I get from someone. So I work with that. Like, and I don't remember when I first found him. I think I first found him through some of his videos on gematria. And then when he came out, was like, when he did the flat Earth thing, was like, yeah, I was fucking. When he was like, I was fucking wrong about the flat Earth, I was like, oh, you good dude. Like, he just willing to just go, yeah, fucking stupid. And the fact that he's a musician shows quite a bit of, like, you can't be a good musician and not have integrity, Yeah, I made a video. You should check. I don't know if it has any. Like, it was one of the videos. I think it was just basically go sub to him. I don't think I was saying anything specifically about him. So Leah, which deck do you want me to pull from? You want me to pull from? You want to pull from this one? You want to pull from the big green one? The little green one? The fun one? Or do you want me to pull my Tsar deck out? Which I'll happily do. The first one that I pulled, yeah, the one these ones, yeah, yeah, I assume that. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. For me, I could, like, the cards work in a, at least apparently it seems to me they work differently in my hand. I could pull the card out and leave it sitting right there, and the next person to ask me a question, that would be their card. Like, it's always worked that way. As far as the first time I picked up just a regular deck of cards and was playing with it, with, like, just just weird shit would happen, like things that you couldn't really mathematically implausible, not impossible, but like well beyond the possibility of okay. And so I no, I mean you could just hold the question in your head. That would work the best. You want an answer, but you don't know the question. In that case, we could work with that. But if you try to fill in the blank, I guess you could work. You can do anything in backwards mapping if you want. Give it a shot. I'll do it for you right after this. See what happens. Maybe it works. I mean, because isn't that how you design anything? You backwards map it. Isn't that how you design your life? Wouldn't you say, I want this? So you put it there and then you get it. So yeah, I don't see why not. Here you go, Leo. I'm going to bury two of them and take the third one. And there it is. Very excellent card. Oh, that's funny you said that. What were my cards? There's the Pole Star. This was for Leo. Leo, the Pole Star is the 17th card of the Major Arcana. Let me just refer to the book and see what it has to say here. The Pole Star is connected to February 1st, the new moon, in between Earth and air. Pure white light illuminates voids. The blessing of the Pole Star radiates across the Earth and across the abyss, and reminds us of the same stuff. Creation fuels and binds the mighty sentinels of the night sky burns within us. The blessings of the stellar world bathes the Earth and the human spirit. Regenerative energy symbolizes universal law, higher knowledge, and power. Our own star and sun reminds us that power is within us. The star of destiny, the Morning Star, Prophecy of Renewal, New Era, New Cycle, Astral Consciousness, Change, Spirituality, Hope, Guidance, Inspiration. Mythical Stories. Yeah. It's a, obviously navigation. It's a direct point of navigation. Something that gives you a little bit of understanding to your query, Mr. Leo Dubs. Sydney, you want your answer. Here, because this is funny, I'm gonna pull it from the funny deck. Because you asked for something funny, I'm gonna pull it from the funny one. Bury that first one, take the second one. And how appropriate. The Wheel of Fortune, the 10th card. So if you don't know what the 10th card is, because this is a Wheel of Fortune, and because I just said you're being funny, and because you don't know, this is the card you get. And if you don't know, go look up what the 10th card of the Major Arcana is. And then you can fill in the blanks for what you want your question to be. And Plato, I do not remember. You're gonna have to rewind that joint. Some more questions. Well, that's your fault. If you don't at least have a question, you don't get a proper answer. You can't ask for an answer when you don't have a question, right? I'm gonna go pee into something. I'll be back. Fuck it. Don't talk about it, be about it, huh? See how this shit goes down. Let's see. That's wild decent today. What's the deck called? The one that I just pulled from, Sydney? This is called the... here's the deck. It's the Gravity Falls Major Arcana deck. This is all it is, Major Arcana. And it's very funny how it got to me, because I was always asking, like, how come they just don't make Major Arcana decks? Because I don't really want to... I don't fuck with the Minor Arcana unless I'm doing a long reading. It's just kind of pointless to me. Just get to the fucking point. Give me the archetypes. And somebody was like, I have this deck, and I think it's yours. And I was like, oh my god, it is. And they're very fun cards. I'd seen the cartoon, maybe like a piece of it one time. But yeah, here's some of the... Check them out, they're pretty snazzy. Let's see, there you go. Kind of fun, huh? Which is interesting. It seems like they probably built the cartoon off of the Major Arcana anyways. I mean, you could go in reverse, but to get that lucky to have all of the characters kind of there, I mean, if you're a good writer, you already kind of know that's going into the writing anyways. But let's continue this music. Damn it, I need to get a new chair for this. This is not... Yeah. we go. Rainy Jazz. What's up? Okay. And well, what's the best way to go about helping to raise vibrations of Earth and spread good awareness? I used to concern myself with that, and as of recently, I'm really, I don't care, in the best way possible, because I used to concern myself with how to spread awareness to people, and it was too tolling on me personally. So I think the best way to do it is just, you know, enjoy yourself, you know, have fun, and that's about all you can do. And if you happen to be, if people want to interact with you, if people want your knowledge, they'll ask for it. You can't, you know, I did the thing too many times of trying to drag the horse to the water, blah blah blah, that kind of bullshit. And it's too much of a toll on yourself. You can't think that you can help everyone, because you're not going to be able to get along with everyone. You're not supposed to be able to. You're not supposed to. People hate some of the greatest people. You've got to realize that. Like, people are like have something bad to say about everyone. There are people that, so you just accept. There's people you don't like. If you think that you love everybody, you can love everybody, but that's a really curious thing. You don't have to like everybody though, and everybody doesn't have to like you. So you kind of just, be happy and do what inspires you, man. I think that's the easiest way to go about it. Eat well, be well, do whatever. Even, shit. Sometimes be fucking unhappy. I don't know. Just be whatever you are in the moment. Eat some fucking chicken wings. I don't know. Go on a juice fast. That some people need that. Some people need to go out and get laid. Some people need to abstain. So everybody's just at a different point in their journey, their path. So don't think that you can link up with everybody and help everybody. Just help whoever comes to you and says, "Well, can you help me along my path?" That's, I think, the best way to do it. Hey, Proctor. Oh, you want one of the? Oh, I already put them back in the deck, so I'll give you a card though, Proctor. Yeah. Which deck you want? What's up, Earth Inspired Pottery? I'm gonna give you. You know what? I'm gonna just choose for you, Proctor. I'm gonna give you one out of the shiny, shimmering. No, you know what? I'm gonna give you because I really like the Wildwood Tarot right now. It's just comfortable in my hands. It shuffles well, and it's easier to read. So here you go, Proctor. I'm not even gonna bury the first one. No, I'll bury three of them. Fuck it. Let's take the fourth one. Here's your card. The Forest Lovers. The six sexual forest lovers. It's a union of binding. And according to the Wildwood, because this is a very interesting deck of cards, deals with the 1st of May, Robin and Marianne. Robin Hood and the Maid Marianne. Yeah, that's what it goes by. Between them stands the maypole. It's a living birch tree. Lords and ladies. Blessed union, friendship, rites of spring, polar balance, desire, love, vows. Two energies to create something else. No gender politics, but just bringing union between two things. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, it's funny you say that, Leo. Somebody that I thought knew my personality to a degree, had said something on like an hour into my show last night. Somebody was in the room, and I just was like, I just kind of, I just kind of went into it. Like I chopped it up, like, that's what I do. I'm fucking funny, and I'm also like aggressive. I'm aggressively funny. It's like I use blue humor, I use dark humor, I use all sorts of, what is at my disposal. And the person was like, oh, don't, be zen. Don't get into that. You don't have to. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I've made 1,000 videos. If I can't once in a while get into some dark arts and some dark humor, and I didn't even really cut on this person. I was just like, well, I'm like, do a 2-hour show and I can't fucking cut up. Like, I don't know, man. I didn't sign. I didn't sign up for that. You want to pay my bills, then we'll talk. You want to give me you want to write me a check? We'll see what I will and won't say. But until then, until you paying my bills, you can shut the fuck up. That's how it is. It's like, just because for a few moments I like shit on somebody or get in an argument or whatever, doesn't mean it takes me out of my element. That isn't part of my element, because I find humor in it. I find a lot of humor in mental conflict, verbal conflict, sparring with people. Mm. Yeah, I hear you about the NPCs and the energy vampires. I have many of those, and it's I think that's probably why I've been inside, like just kind of hanging out doing introspection, by myself, relaxing, listening to like smooth elevator jazz and bugging out with dog, just relaxing. Because you spill energy, you share energy to a degree all the time. So like, I'm willing to do that. Obviously, go out if I got $100 in my pocket, it's being spent on everybody. But and when it's gone, and I got to come home and recharge. So that's me. I'm intro. I recharge introvert. Other people recharge extrovert, meaning people go out in public to get energy. I go into public to expel energy or to give energy. When I'm at my house, I'm obtaining energy. Some people at their house like just leaking, like, man, there's nothing, because they're not introverted people. I'm very introverted, as much as people would never agree with that, because I'm very highly entertaining in public, but it's only because I sit in silence and meditation so often. Yeah, and NPCs and things, it's interesting. I mean, I think we've all been there, though. I think that's part of it too, having that understanding that, like, yeah, at times we're all very needy and vampiric. We've all done it. We've all been there. Hey Proctor, you want me to pull from the Tsar deck? I got behind. Is that what you meant? Of course, Anwell. I'll pull the Tsar deck out if you want one from that. Because as I'm reading over here, there's a time delay, and where I am. So hopefully, Proctor, you already got the answer from the other deck that I pulled for you. Did you? We're gonna switch it up. I can never tell which one is the pea, which one's the wine. They're the same thing. Like Jesus turning urine into wine or wine into urine. That's the thing right there. Hmm. Cool. You got it. Good. Wheel of Fortune does have multiple meanings. So if you give an open-ended question, you get open-ended answers. Let me get a new. I had this piece of paper from yesterday. Let me get a new piece of paper out. Let me get a new pen. Scribble down some notes over here. How many people in here have fucking awful handwriting? Like chicken scratch. Ooh, I thought that would be a different color. Let's do red. Well, that's not gonna work. Let us try. Ooh, that'll be good. There we go. All right, got it. Good. Perfect. All right. Yeah, that does it does irritate, it piss people off, and it weak people can, they get offended. Yeah, the offense is real. It's like it's not being offending. It's just like it's kind of like you grow up and you you fucking joke on each other. You just crack. You just have humor. And some people that just grew up without any humor, like when you're just joking around, they can't take it. It's like, man, but I was joking. Like, it's not that serious. Like if it was serious, you would fucking know it. But there's not that much that's really serious going on. It's like it's just talk. It's just let's let's just talk shit and be funny. I don't know. I guess that's just how much comedy is. Comedy and music is where my brain has always been. Well, comedy growing up and then music later on. But you watch some of my videos, you would never think for a second that I was being funny. You would think that I was just being serious. Like, but no, is he talking? Why is he so upset? What is he? No, why is he joking? Is a question a closed answer, Sydney? I know. I just mean like an open-ended question, meaning like you were like, I don't really have a question. Like if you just said, "Hey, I need an answer here," the card will answer it a lot better. You know, it'll still give you a little bit of variance, but it will give you a clear answer. Obviously, if you have a clear question, the better the question, the better the answer. That's kind of how it works. So. Yeah, I hear you with that, Leo, for sure. It seems prophetic, Proctor. Um, I don't know what I said and what part of it. Do you want me to just pull another card? You just specifically for you right now, because again, this timing thing, and when I say something, I don't know. It it might be. I mean, what isn't prophetic? If you say something, like it's always going to happen in the future. I mean, it will happen in a now moment, that kind of thing. But take some notes over here. Scribble, dabble, dabble. Proctor, you. Oh wait, Proctor, you did ask me a question though. Where are you at here? I got to scroll back through here. Or did you ask me a question? Because I can always pull another. I just pull another card for you. Just make it easy. You want to do that? Let's do that. So that way it doesn't have to be so prophetic. I'll just pull one here. I like that one. Or I'll give you. I could give you three cards and let you choose for yourself. That's always a fun one to do. That way it doesn't have to feel like I'm forcing an answer. And the cards won't even force an answer. Just give you a little more variance, huh? Oh, what's the Tsar deck? Oh, well, here's the three that were out, but you want the Tsar deck. I see. This is the Tsar deck. That's my deck. TsarXen, yeah. It's because it was made specifically for me in the 15th century. It's all 24 karat gold emblems. See the shiny? Let me see. Let me see. See, like, why did I pull this one? The soul. The Byzantine Empire. So, yeah, I'll pull from here for you. The Golden Tarot of the Tsar. And I just wasn't pulling from these just because it was holding the computer up. So it had no real reason I wasn't. I mean, I could say there was a reason. This could be more curious and more fun with it, but maybe there was. Maybe I was just waiting for you to ask the question. Ooh, let's see. Oh, there it is. Just jumped right out at me. It's always fun when the cards jump at you. Just kind of listen to them a little bit. Your card. Proctor, do you want to ask me the question, or do you have it already in your head? You've already had it, and here's your answer, is what I'm giving to you. It's a fun card. It's the 9th card of the Major Arcana. Just slaying the dragon. Look at you slaying the dragon, the Strength card. Or excuse me, the 9th, the 11th. Apologize, the 11th. Le Forza, Strength, the Force. Yeah, Le Forza. TsarXen. And if we look at it through this perspective of their book here, it is Saint George. If you want a little deeper meaning, Saint George and the Dragon. Intelligence dominates brutality, victory, and self-control. So that's a powerful card. Hopefully that answers what you were querying or curious of. Well, I see why I pulled this out, because I pulled the red pen out. I started writing with this pen. And that's why you made me pull the red deck out. Ah, makes sense now. See? See, I have the green on. And then I got this pink hat and this pink pen and these pink cards. See? It all works out that way. It's all prophetic, huh? What's up, Just Arizona? It's not too late. I can pull a card for you. What lies in your future? Change that from the word lies, because lies can be what lies in your future. Come on, change that question. I will not have it. I will not accept it. What is in store for you in your future is a better question. What lies in your future can be taken 2 different ways. That's, you know what I'm saying? And which deck would you like? Would you like the fun deck? Would you like the wood deck? Would you like the woman deck? There you go. I already knew that. All right. Or the Tsar deck. Yeah, I'll give you this. Here's your choice. You want the green or the red deck? Yeah. You want the green or red, and what lies in your future? I could give you one of each. How's that? And I'll let you work with that, and I'll tell you what they both mean. Cool. Earth inspired. Fine, I'll pull 3. I'll do one of the masculine, one of the feminine, and one just because it's fun and you should do things in 3s. Good choice. Way to go. Thanks for the help there. So what is in store in your future? From the masculine energy standpoint, I'll give you this one here. Okay, that's good. Let's see if the These ones are so the women are so sticky. See, look at it just sticks because they're so glossy. It's like shiny lip gloss. They're so shiny. Okay, here we go. Okay, right on. Already fun. I always like when the cards work together. And then the humorous, more fun, childlike deck, because we do have the male, female, and then the child. And this is a childish deck. Ooh, that was almost jumped out there, huh? There it is. Oh! These are great. Okay. So I'll just show all three of them to you. And you can do further research on this. So if you don't know tarot, which I don't suppose you do, this is the 19th card of the major arcana. For the masculine energy, it's the sun. The sun card. And the sun card is, let's just show it to you from, it's going to give you a very much similar, no matter where you look up the sun card, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. But this one is the Holy Trinity. Funny that dude would say pick the third one. Perfect equilibrium, solidarity, solutions, friendship. Some masculine energy. And for the feminine energy, you have the Fool. The Fool is a great card too, and it works very well with the Sun card. It's like dancing and foolish, but you know, as they say, the fool will always grow wise in their folly. And the Fool card, let's go ahead and just do it this way. Oop, there we go. Is the Zero card. So from your feminine, it's connected to Uranus, dancing with joyous ambition, twirling around your kitchen, making a mess, but just happy and oblivious, confidence of youth, circles and fun. You've spilled sugar, so that's part of the card. Dispelling evil influences, sweetness of life. You have a dog in the picture as well. No, there's a little puppy over there, which is symbolic of faithfulness and protection. There's joy in cooking when you do not fear failure. That's an awesome card. And then the child card is the Devil. So you've got the Sun, the Fool, and the Devil, which is the 15th card of the major arcana. So you have the 19th, the 0, and the 15th. And the Fool, the Devil, is connected to Capricorn, the horns, you know, the Capricorn, half man, half goat. The master of temptation and hedonistic desires. The Christian devil is Lucifer, also Pan or Bacchus. So Pan, Bacchus, and Lucifer. The devil obviously is man-made construct, just like God and the devil are both man-made constructs. There's no such thing as evil, and there's nothing to, you know, there's no devil in the world. Just to pay attention to addictions and power, food, that kind of thing, self-bondage. Yeah, freeing yourself from restraints. Nice. So that's fun cards. The Sun, the Fool, and the Devil. There you go, Just Arizona. What's up, Marcus Leonard? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is perception, really. I mean, what do you think? A lot of people have very peculiar perceptions of things. What's up, Lucianne? Hey, yo! What time are we looking at here? 5:30. Okay, who else? Anybody want a card? Or cards? It has been a long time. What? How many hours? Oh. Oh, that urine got me burping, huh? Okay. Whoa. Zen, German, Japanese, or English? Engineering. Um, are you asking me who the greatest engineers of the bunch? I mean, in that order. It'd be that order if that's the question you're asking me. Um, and I, am I supposed to play with the way you're asking that? Do you want me to decipher that, or you want to give me a clear picture of what you're asking me? And Marcus, you want a card? Which deck? You got the fun one of the two green ones. You got the Wildwood, which is generally it's been my favorite for a little while. You got the Gravity Falls, the fun cartoon one. You got the Tsar deck, and you got the more feminine related one that I just pulled. Oh, how do I perceive the Wheel of Fortune? I think that's just I think it's a universal, just like, hey, it's all good. What's the worst that's going to happen to the Wheel of Fortune? It's fortune. You're getting a fortune. Like, it doesn't. If you spin the wheel, you're getting something. There's no loss on a Wheel of Fortune. You ever go to a bar, and they have the wheel on the bar, and it's like $5 or $3, whatever. Spin the wheel. You might get a bottle. You might get a drink. You might get something stupid, but you're gonna get something. So, yeah, it's always a Wheel of Fortune card is everything is in. It's not the Wheel of Failure. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So, I take that as a very positive card. Too bad, Lucy Ann. Oh, what car brand? Oh, okay, yeah. I've always my favorite cars. Interesting. I had a dream about Audi last night. My favorite cars have been. I had an Audi TT, a BMWs. There's a nice. You ever driven a 650 convertible 650? That's a fucking boss ass car right there. Audi TT. Um, I grew up driving. I had a couple Beamers, of Volkswagen. They're the cars that have been this, like, just muscle through all shit. So yeah, I would go with German engineering over anything for cars for sure. Japanese, no. Like, it's nice it's easy to work on, and you can do a lot of aftermarket shit with them. But as far as just like around powerful cars, I'll go with the German cars for sure. But as far as engineering to, like, if you want to, like, bolt on, like, quick in and out of there, high tech but weak parts and shit. I mean, think of everything this Japanese culture, because they're quick to, like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? Let's bolt this shit on. Let's get the even in, like, look at the televisions, look at the everything they do in technology that way. Pretty much same thing, huh? It's always new design, new what's the new thing. Where Germans are just like, it's already done. It's you know, it's already perfected. Marcus Leonard, you want the Wildwood card? Got you. What's up, Dudley Papa Cox? Oops. I am Lucianne, still pulling cards. Dudley, or yeah, Dudley. Marcus, do you already have a question? I'm assuming, and obviously you don't need to tell me what it is, but if you'd like to, you can. Oops. There's your card. This is a cool card. It's the Stag. How do I do this? Get this out of the way. Check that one out. The 8th card of the Major Arcana, which is associated with Spring Equinox, Forest King and Guardian, half human, half animal. It's about sovereignty of land, balance. Land and king are the same thing. Divinity, universal lore. On a personal level, some type of adjustment or interaction has already taken place. Responsibility is a key word. Political or moral or subconsciously realignment of perceptions. Basic concepts, adjustment of basic concepts, but all in all, balance and guardianship. Yeah, that's a strong card of balance and. Dudley, Q7 Audi. That's yeah. You had a 911. Vets, I don't know, man. Corvettes are just like, if it's made out of fiberglass, it's they kind of wonky, man. I can't get down with vets. I mean, I get that they're fast or whatever, but the Q7 Audi is fresh. I mean, I never been in a Porsche. I loved like the idea of a Porsche growing up, but as I've driven cars, the TT and the 650 have been like fucking awesome. A Mercedes pickup, but it's built by Nissan. Interesting. Yeah, Audis are really great machines. Which ones have you driven for the Leo? Which ones have you driven in the BMWs? Like, I mean, obviously everyone's driven a 350, right? I mean, even people don't even know. Like, that's just like the standard, like, just or the 350, the three, whatever the fucking 300 series is, the 500s, the 600, the 650s only were out for a few years, but that was like the flagship car for a few years. It was beast mode, and then they did a couple other weird ones. Joe Mama. Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, you're welcome. Of course. That's the easiest way to do it. Yeah, I mean 911s. I mean you can't beat them. I mean, as far as like the weighting ratio and being where the engine's sitting in the car. I mean the weight, you like 49, 51. Like you can't. I've never driven one, but it's very close to the TT. I've heard in the way that it handles the road because I had the Quattro all-wheel drive. That was nice. Yeah, Earth-inspired pottery. I would have assumed that you're doing pottery. Come on, of course you got Volkswagen buses and Beetles around. Come on. You'd probably be in the back of there doing pottery. You probably got a wheel in the back there that you take on the road trips to your festivals. I know how you go. You probably got a kiln in the back of one of those too, don't you? You goddamn hippie. Audi's a good car no matter what you get. Like the Audis are nice. I mean, get a Volvo then. They're not very practical as far as like doing work on them. I don't know if you work on cars, Dudley, but they're very safe and Volvos are nice. But I would do a Volkswagen or a you can get an older BMW is pretty sweet. It's cheap and it's like I don't know what you're like. Oh, but you were talking about 911 and shit. So you might as well. I mean, fucking get a what would you get? Get a Jag then. Get a fucking Jaguar. It's gonna be expensive. You got to take it to specialized dealerships and shit. But get a Jag. Well, you fresh right there. Yeah, the parts on those things. You want hey, you just Arizona. You want another card? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Jags are terrible. They're awful. They'll cost you way too much. You might as well get a fucking Maybach or get a McLaren. You just pay for it up front. um, hmm. I mean, I know of cars. I haven't driven a great deal. I used to sell Toyotas a long time ago, which are pretty decent automobiles. But depends if you're getting newer used and what years you're getting. I mean, you can never go wrong. You can never go wrong with the German shit though. I mean, they're gonna build something and it works. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, if you're gonna work on it, then the easiest thing to do is get something like getting a simple car to work on. Like Japanese shit is the easiest to work on. It's simple, you know, pulled parts out and cheap to work on. I mean, if you want to play with the shit, but if you just want something you're gonna drive, oh, you ain't working on shit no more. And there you go. You got your answers. Just get the beam, yo. Get the beamers. So you want another card though? Is this what I'm hearing? Just Arizona? You want another card? Is that what you're asking me for? Is that what you're requesting? Yeah. Once there's a certain point in working on cars where you smell like grease for like 2 weeks afterwards. There's like nothing you can do about it. It's like it's like some work if you work at a gas station, you just can't get the smell of gas off of you. It's like if you work on drywall, like you're not getting the drywall burgers out for like 3 or 4 days. Like you don't get a healthy day. You're just choking up and snotting out drywall dust. No matter how many, no matter what you're wearing to keep the drywall out your face. Well, I'm gonna go refill my glass with piss and see how that works. That's the purpose. See, this is a good color right here. This is where your piss should be. Right about that color right there. Which one's the piss? Just beneath straw. It should taste like, I don't know, next to nothing. Kind of sweet. Not sweet. Sweet's the wrong word, because if it's sweet, you don't want sweet and you don't want salty. I mean, if it's sweet, then you got like, you're steering towards diabetes. It's just like a certain kind of sweetness, if that makes more sense. And soft. Isn't that pleasurable? Yeah, the diesel. See, I don't know about diesel cars. If you're saying diesel cars, but if you're just saying like Vin Diesel, if you're saying Vin Diesel because of the the tuners, yeah, different kinds like those. I could never fuck with chicks like that though. I don't know. It's not my personality. Acoustic Alchemy, I do not know them. I'll put that on my list of things to do over here. RC Cola is pretty good, man. I haven't had RC Cola in a long time. That used to be the joint, though. RC Cola or RC was good, man. Back on the back. Okay, I'll check it out. Acoustic Alchemy, right on. So there you go. Just Arizona. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you talking about from earlier? Is your shit that far behind? Like that you're responding and I'm getting it right now because of the card that I pulled had a dog in it? Or are you just listening back and you just got forward? Because sometimes, yeah, sometimes the shit kind of gets out of order. Roller Cola. Yeah, it has a really interesting sugary like it had almost like a fake sugar flavor before fake sugar was a thing. You know, before everybody was with the it had kind of like chemical kind of fake sugar to it, but in a good way. In a good way. Man, I don't even know the last time I really had like every now and then there'll be a Mexican Coke. You know, you wake up with that Sunday morning like, ugh. Mexican Coke will do the job. Any of y'all made your own cola before? That's the way to go. Make your own cola syrup. And then get yourself just carbonated water. And that shit's like super simple. You make a big batch of it, boil that shit down with some sugar. Man, that's the way to go. And then it's like super healthy and you can put all the good herbs in it. You ain't gotta fuck with the fake ass sugars and all the extra garbage they put in it. That's the way to go. There's a lot of really cool like cola nuts and nutmeg and really interesting flavors you can add. Yeah. Fun little project. The Cardinals, go Cardinals! All right, all right, all right, all right. You're gonna take me to a baseball game? There ain't no baseball in New Orleans. I go to a basketball game. Fuck yeah. I mean, I've been to baseball games. I used to live in Baltimore. I used to go to the fucking Orioles games. I mean, Orioles were fucking dog shit. I don't know if they still are. I don't because I don't really follow it. I never was to a Ravens game. In fact, football. I've only been to football games. Yeah, Cal Ripken. Yeah, I ain't that old. I ain't that old, dude. That was after my time or before my time. Yeah, I've only been to football games like in really like box seats and shit. I never even like only been on the field like once or twice, like in the stadium. Everything else was like real nice seats and shit. Actually, same thing with basketball games too. I've only been to a couple basketball games on the actual sitting with the normal folk. Yeah, when you come from royalty, you get good seats. Yeah, baseball. The only thing because I like drinking and to think that I have to pay fucking $9 for a beer, it irritates me. It makes me have to like put alcohol on my person, and you know just and I don't want to have to do that. I want to go and have a good time. I don't want to spend like fucking you know $9 for a hot dog, and fit 45 on some beers, and that's insane. Not that I won't go out and spend a bunch of money drinking and buying people drinks. I just entertainment value. Baseball, man. Bread and circus. I get it, man. I mean, it's fun. It's fun now and then. If you're with a group of people, and some people are into the game, I get it. But like I didn't grow up on baseball, man. Like I grew up on football, soccer, and basketball. And like watching, the only game I can really fuck with watching is basketball. Like really, really fuck with watching. Football even gets kind of slow for me. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I used to Sydney. For a very long time was like, fuck the system, fuck all this shit, bread and circuses, and now I'm just like, what the fuck else are people gonna do? I mean, like, if you were, let me make this into a bigger observation. If you were a giant god, right, and you had everything going on in the world, like at some point, and you were next to immortal. Let's put it that way. At what point would you get bored of being like, all right, this is all there is. Let's do something else. Build a fucking stadium. Let's do this shit. Let's go build that thing. Let me see. Okay, let's have a TV. Let's do all this shit. There's gonna be some point within you're almost near. Like just say you live for 1,000 years. A lot of people want a long life. Most people are fucking tired as fuck of all of reality by the time they're 50. You know what I mean? Even people that have normal jobs and they've went and seen the movies. They've been to the games. They've had this. They've had the, you know. Even at that point, they're still, even artists, they get, there's a point to it. They're just like, fuck. So imagine being God living for thousands of years, right? So for me, there was a time that I was like, feeding the system is just like, it's about commerce and capitalism and the system and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm kind of just like, fuck it. Let's have some fun. Like, I don't know. I'm going to get out here. Like, I'll go out and go football game now. I'll go, like, I used to, like, for years I was like, fuck football, fuck baseball, it's all rigged, it's all blah blah blah. And I was kind of like that old man, just like like Carlin-esque, having that angry old man syndrome, like everything's fucking tainted, everything's spoiled, everything's a piece of shit. And now I'm kind of just like, what else we gonna do? If the world's gonna change, the world's gonna change. If the people are gonna wake up to the nonsense and blah blah blah, it will happen. If people are gonna get healthy, they're gonna get healthy. I can't really do much about it. So have a drink, high five somebody, talk some shit, make some jokes, move on with the day, go live in some dreams, do all that shit. Yeah, I hear you, Dudley. Yeah, I hear you on that. Like, I like because of everything that has been displayed and given to me. I'm a bridge for things. it just everything in my life, my birthday according to the Mayan calendar, my birthday in all astrology, everybody that I meet recognizes it, and it's always the same thing. It's always like, that's just my favorite book. Before I even knew what the conclusion was, I read it in one night. Well, maybe not my favorite book, my second or third favorite book, Siddhartha. I mean, it's about him being a bridge worker, and being a bridge to things is just, I enjoy doing it. So for me, it's like, yeah, I know about getting, I've been out there doing the fucking thing, and I've, had corporate jobs, and I've sold this, and I've done that, and like, and I also been like, fucking crusty hippie, right? there's only unifying those kind of, they're not polarities, and they're not opposite. It's kind of like complementary systems. The pricklies and the goos, and the male and the female. There's men and women aren't opposite; they're complementary. You know what I mean? Just the same way, like, does anybody remember Salt Lake City Punk? That's a great movie. His father's rich and he's a punk, and it's the same as. I mean, there's so many movies just like that. It's that binding of different types, not opposite, just different types of energy. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing you can is balance yourself. Damn right. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that, man. I got stuck in that, Sydney. Yeah, yeah. I mean, people can get stuck in it. People get stuck in the system. They can have Stockholm syndrome to it. I mean, everybody's, that's PTSD, Stockholm, all that shit. And I get it. And and when you sit around, you're like, you're being poisoned by the corporations. You're being poisoned by the food you're eating. You're gonna get disease. You're gonna blah blah blah. And here, I can help you. I can show you. You can be healthy, and I can show you how to do it. And here, just take this and do this. Look at me. Hey, you know. And some people don't want to see that. Earlier in this conversation, we were talking about how if you're strong and confident in yourself, people get upset with that. Weak people will, and it just so happens. People get mad at people that are strong. What are you going to do with it? For me, it's kind of like, people in Hollywood. Like, what are these people? Everybody's like, oh, fuck Hollywood, fuck this and that. Like, you don't even know these people. Like, you don't know their lives. You don't know their struggles. What they've been through, just so they can have they're out there like trying to enlighten and storytell for people, and people want to like judge shit they don't even know about. And that's like, what are you gonna do? And like, just how about fucking enjoy your life? How's that? How about just enjoy your life? And so and people even get mad at that. If you enjoy your life, people get mad. Why is he so happy? So sometimes motherfucker like me, I gotta walk around like, kind of almost mean mugging, but like smiling in my head, like, because you can't let everybody know you're happy all the time, because they'll get pissed at that. Like, why the fuck you so happy? What the fuck you gotta be happy about? That's a New York City. That's the Northeast attitude, because it's cold. It's cold up there. I've lived up there for too long. That's why I came to the South, man. I need the sunshine, need the pleasant people. But that's how life is, man. You can't you can be as happy as you want. Just some people, you can't be shining on everybody. You can't walk around with your bling bling on. The same thing, you can't walk around with dangling ass gold chains and money falling out your pockets. You can't be going everywhere shining off your smiley face. People are like, fuck you so smiley about. So it to a bit, it's to a degree, it's about like, just keep it to yourself. You can't just share it with everybody. That's like, let me say it in a different way. It's like, I used to really get frustrated with this when I first started getting into the occult works and things. Sharing pearl with swine. I'm like, what a weird way to say it, but that's the truth. I was swine. Everybody's been swine. Everybody's been like eating off of shit that's good, and like not realizing what they're getting, right? And it's like, I've shared, even to recently, there's times, it's less and less, as I notice more and more, less and less that I share with people about things, because they leech off it, they eat off of it, and they destroy the knowledge. I've given away more than I probably should have, but it's only a lesson for myself. Like, financially, I've given away way too much, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, yeah. But to me, it really doesn't matter that much, because if I have an understanding of what creation really is, then I'll just create more of it. So it doesn't really bother me. But I do get the concept of sharing your happiness, sharing your wisdom, sharing that pearl with the swine, because it's just so happens that's the word you must use. And it's not like it's not calling people swine, but it's calling people like you don't give the keys to the Ferrari to 5-year-olds. You just don't do it, and that's lessons we all learn. You know, perfect example. I'll tell you a story right here. Um, Younger brother. I gave him keys to an Audi TT, and he said he swore he knew how to drive a standard transmission. He could drive the clutch. He knew what he was doing. Here you go, drive the fucking thing. Comes back. I'm like, why does it smell like burnt fucking pancake syrup? And his friend was with him, and he's shaking his head. I'm like, oh, come on. I get in the car. He had just burnt the fucking clutch out. Burnt it out. Like I said, because I was inside the house, and I was like, I could burnt pancake. Oh no. I mean, because I know enough about cars. I know what that smell is. And I was like, fuck. I said, oh, sorry. Like, I was, let me get in the car. I can't even. All of a sudden, I got to put the clutch to the floor. I'm like, all right, let me let it cool down. Maybe he just no, he burnt the whole fucking clutch out. $2,000 later, he wouldn't. No, I wasn't double clutching. I knew what I was doing. Like, nah, you drive it like you drive a fucking Xbox game. That's not how you drive a car. I thought you knew how to drive. What? He said he did. He said, I asked how many cars you driven that were. Oh, he knew how to drive. Nah, he didn't. That's the same thing as giving pearls to swine. Like, I just assumed he knew. And, oh well. Like, he couldn't take the joke, so I would just give him shit. Over the weekend. Like, whatever. Fucking couple grand. It's a new fucking thing. Who cares? But that's the idea. I mean, fuck. Oh well. You live and you move on. Yeah, individually responsible. I like it, Dudley. Yeah. I mean, when you think of the idea of God or Satan, God is just the idea that you have, and Satan is the physical world. That's all you can look at. If you want to use, if anybody needs to use those words, God means imagination, empty space. Put out an idea. You're doing it because you're God, but you also have a physicality, Satan, and you go, oh, but I want that thing, and oh, there it is. Now I have it. Don't get idol worship on that satanic object. That's what Satanism means. That the physical object is the thing. And a lot of people claim other people are Satanists because they like physical objects. Like, no, you're misinterpreting what you're seeing. Just because they have fancier, shinier objects than you doesn't mean they're Satanists. It means that you don't have them because you have a car just like they have a car. So they just have a better car than you do. It means that's just jealousy on someone's part. Yeah, man. Exactly, Dudley. Just ask for what you want, put it out there and get it, You doubt in society. There you go, Sydney. I like it. Arizona, you keep coming back here. I don't know if you keep coming back or if your shit is all out of timing here. I like it. You know what? I never even seen the Eon in it. I never even seen that Neo 1 Eon. Yeah. 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 Oh, well, I get you on that. That's what kind of what I was saying is like nobody is swine. Nobody's better or worse. You're along some path of state of consciousness. If I can use the ideas from the Christian mystics or Abdullah and Neville Goddard, everything is a state of consciousness. It's no better or worse. It's just where it is. So like, there are still swine somewhere. There are still horses somewhere. There are still, who would you feed? What would you feed? You would feed the parts of your imagination that were delivering you something good, not just eating away at something powerful. Let me turn a light on in here, yo, because that would be helpful to me. That's not too bad. I wonder if there'll be a wedding this evening. Just waiting for the music to start. Don't go into the lights. Hey Dudley, if you're interested, there's a really good video that Jay Dreamers did on the cube and no, it's called the White Room. It's called the White Room and the Red Vortex, I believe. You watched that one? Did you like it? I enjoyed that a lot. I think he got it backwards just on one idea of the masculine and feminine, which one was which, the black and the white. Either way, you can invert black and white any way you want. It doesn't really matter. But the video was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I've really liked. I've watched him over a few years, and I've liked his development of his style and what he shares. He's an interesting dude. You know Sean Indigo too. He's very funny. His earlier stuff I like better than him now. Like he's kind of just like he's a goofy guy. I mean I like him, but his early stuff was a little more in depth. He's very mandala affected. Don't go into the lights. You can't go and watch any video without disagreeing with something. So how often do you disagree with yourself, Dudley? And I say that humorously and with the same type of awe I have towards myself, because somebody was, I forget the interview. Maybe you could piece it together and tell me who said this, but somebody had said to I don't know if it was an author or a president or somebody, said you've contradicted yourself, and the person said, well, I'm a giant human being. Hopefully, I contradict myself once in a while. You know? Arizona. Now, I'm not that far back. You're that. I mean, something's happening with where you are and when you're typing in the computer. I think it's your connection and when it hooks up with mine. Because everybody else seems on track. Do you want one? I'll pull you a card right now. Because I'm keeping up with everybody else. Where your shit is jumping in, though. The Chariot card, which is the 7th card of the Major Arcana. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your. I think it's got to be on your end because my shit is in order over here. Oh, well that's good. Well, no, that's good, Dudley. Obviously, man. A lot of people are not honest with themselves, and it's painful. I mean, shit. I mean, how many times you're like, no, that's fine. I'll do that. Like, I can't tell you know how many times like, yeah, that definitely shouldn't sleep with that chick, and then that's payment for that right there. Or I shouldn't buy that thing, or I shouldn't eat that meal, or you could break it down any way you want. You know, it's always whatever you participate with and consume, and yeah. Conflict can be, yeah. I enjoy verbal, you know, with people that I like. I don't enjoy like with people that are doing it to be like smarter than you. Then I go just like, oh, I don't got time for this. Because people that are trying to be smarter than you, then it's you can't. It's not about winning an argument because I don't like winning an argument. I like to people like advance concepts with people. It's like advance the way that I think, and I'll advance the way you think. And some people that have like this is the way it is. I can't have a conversation with those people. It's part of my character too. I know that I'm very much self-righteous too at times, but when people are just like this is definitively the answer, I've had friends like that, and it's actually can't fuck with those relationships anymore. My brain is working. Yeah, clever is interesting. I enjoy clever when it comes to when people are being clever with humor. If I already know you and you're being clever, then that's fun. But if I don't know you and you're trying to be slick, clever equals slickness, and I don't like slick motherfuckers. There's this one dude on the Instagram that I check out now and then because shit pops up, and he's a fast talker, and he has this thing about his character trait about him, and he's real slick, and it's like, you might have a lot of followers, but you're not helping. You're actually a part of the problem. Yeah. So yeah. What time are we looking at on edge of the this edge of insanity? Let me see what's going on over here in the world of wonderment. Hmm. There you go. Yeah, there you go, Leo. You got three types of people. You know these three types of people? You got people that talk about um, other people. You got people that talk about events, and then you got people that talk about ideas, past, present, and future. Ideas are present, future ideas, past are people, right? Because your person is just a culmination of experiences, right? So past, present, future, good, better, best. Uh, you know, it's always that triangulation of the three things, and I like ideas too because ideas are what fuels whatever is going to happen next, obviously. Because if it's in the future, let's go to that idea. The idea is the world's a magical, wonderful, lovely, amazing place, and we can all have a bounty and harvest of all of the goodness that the world has to offer. That's where I stay in my mind. Yeah, sometimes you get these like, conflicts with people. There's like so stuck in like, well, so and so said, and this is how it is now. Like I don't give a fuck what's going on over there. What's going on here? What's over there? Let's go there. That's the better place. Not that there's anything better, but uh, it's concentric or uh, spiraling, right? I was going to say concentric circles, but it's a spiraling, a spiritual path towards ever increasing energetic charge. If we're going to use fun words, you'd call it implosive technology or centripetal force, and not force, centripetal energetics. So you have centrifugal and centripetal, and one is what causes implosion uh, uh, via Dan Winter. There you go. What up, beatbag? I just seen you there. What's up? I look like a fresh truck driver. Yeah, yeah. I just taking the delivery. We just delivering new information, delivering new systems. Yeah, truck driving. Fucking, somebody. I see. I need. That's why I need somebody at the soundboard here, so I go and get the fucking the horn on it. Ideas are potential. Yeah. I know a lot more. I know a lot more about what I don't know than what I do know. I you know I accept the idea that as you become more knowledgeful of things, you accept that there's more out there that you don't know. But there's no way you can clearly look yourself in the face and say I know less today than I do when I was 10. That's I think that's a trick of language, and I think it's a trick of people in power. Because certainly you know more now than you knew yesterday. So I only give that kind of sight to the things. Like Oh, there's an aha moment. Well, then you know more than you knew before, right there. Oh, I didn't notice that thing on the painting right there. There it is. Oh, look at the thing. It's a flower on that. I didn't even see. Oh, and his paw is just like that. So yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think there's always. I think you need to accept that you become more intelligent. It's always there's always higher and higher order and um, whatever you want to call it. There's always more of it. I mean, there's more to be under. There's more out there. There's infinite landscapes, right? But you do have a little one more piece of information. You snort bamboo extract and use hydrogen peroxide as a mixer. I mean, I could hear you on the bamboo extract and snorting it. That's interesting. What does it do? If you're being honest, I guess. I don't know. It's but we all do ridiculous things because we're all alchemists here. So I don't I don't doubt you do that. But what do you mean? How can you use hydrogen peroxide as a mixer? Like for what? Ah, there we go, Dudley. The hydrogen peroxide, I don't quite understand. I mean, I like hydrogen peroxide in the water. I've done that. That's very cleansative. That'll have you. That'll clean out your bowels pretty good and all of your internal disorders. But what do you mean as a mixer? Oh, oh, you made it. Okay, I don't know. I didn't see. I didn't know if you were still being funny. If you were just being. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't. Would it work in alcohol? Go give it a fucking shot. If you got, don't use 3%. I know you're being funny. Yeah, the silica is good. I mean, eating it, I don't know what it would do if you. I don't know. I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't not suggest it. Sounds interesting. I mean, think of all the stupid shit you've put up your nose or smoked or eaten your entire life, anyways. I mean, shit. Everybody here is probably, fucking weird shit people have eaten and done. I don't see how the bamboo could. I mean, people do snuff of tobacco. People do rape out of nicotine or tobacco and cinnamon and spices and that. All sorts of shit people put up their nose. So maybe that shit. I mean, in real, you might be reprogramming your brain back to silica nature. But the hydrogen peroxide and alcohol, I don't know if that would break something down or if it would increase something. Because it's really good in water. I don't know. See what happens. I would make sure you get food grade 35%. That's the only way to go. Bamboozled. Yeah, Dudley, I hear you on that, man. Mm-hmm. Let's see what these cards have to say here about something. Oh, there's the sound of music. Let me see what kind of weddings tonight. I can by the first song, I can tell you if it's a black or white wedding. Well, not black or white. Melanated or unmelanated. That is a very melanated wedding right there. Those people I can go hang out with. I could walk in that wedding and it'd be okay. They'd be like, "What up?" Other weddings, no. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that, Dudley. I hear you on that, but I don't think that works for people that have people live in three ways. They live their physical. Well, people live in two ways most of the time: physical and mental. And spiritual is the binding, gooey glue factor, which a lot of people don't even recognize. But if we play with the physical, and I get you on the James Allen quote and that idea, yeah, you could just change your mentality and then change everything. But most people have no control over their mentality, so you need to physically assist them by say, hey, use this item, and it will, that's. I hear you, but most people need the little stepping stones to get to the point of using their mind properly. Yeah, piss sniffing is who has done a lot of that. Your boy, two people that I know do a lot. I've done it a couple times. It's pretty. It'll clean out your sinuses real well. Um, what's the dude's name? I know you know what his name is. I don't know why I'm tripping on both of their names. If you guys are, obviously everybody here is into you're in therapy. It's two people you probably know that have videos on that. Um, One dude's from Las Vegas, other dude's that living out in Thailand. Huh. I don't know why I can't think of their names. It's people I actually talk to on a pretty regular basis, and I'm just beside myself thinking of their name. Um, Divine Hazel, regular peroxide should never be used for anything unless you want to clean your carpet. Get food grade and then break it down because regular peroxide has the way they manufacture it and the bottle it's in is no good. Getting the food grade is the way to go because the way they process it. Plus, it's in a bottle that doesn't have any capacity to be leached out of. So then you take that 35% food grade and you break it down to 3.5%. So like 10 parts water to 1 part hydrogen peroxide, and then you can use that in a spray bottle on the skin. Mm-hmm. And Master of Earth, that's not. I didn't know anything. I didn't know he ever did that. I never seen him do it on camera. Oh, okay. You only have food. Yeah, just break it down to 3.5, and then put it in a spray bottle, and then use it that way on the skin. And if you put it in your hair, it's gonna lighten your hair, but it's good for the skin. The best thing for the skin is very high proof vodka to put on the skin to clean the skin because it dries and it'll pull things out. He is the master of Earth. I wonder what he's been doing, man. He said soon he's gonna release another video, but I ain't seen him in a bit. Oh, and your boy Wiley Schmidt. That's who I was thinking of. Wiley Schmidt. Wiley Schmidt and the other dude in Thailand. Yeah. Dudley, I hear you on that, man. That's one of my favorite things. Do people get flustered around me? I'll let you take a guess at that one. I'll let you take a gander at that. Um, of course, for different reasons at different times. Sometimes I'm just being a shit. Sometimes because just my general vibe of being like that. If I'm very in my self element, yeah, it becomes weird. So I have to adjust my energies to kind of mix in with people, right? Daniel Drury, thank you. Daniel Drury and Wiley Schmidt both have videos on using urine up the nose. If I wasn't 3 hours in this one, I would do it right now for you guys. but I would rather just do it right in the beginning of the video so people could check it out. Let's see, it's safe. Yeah, it's occurred before, and I've pissed people off to the point where I'm like, "Why are you so mad?" And then I get mad that they get mad, and I'm just like, "What the fuck is the problem? Like, why won't you just like me? I'm not being mean to you." You know, that kind of feeling. I was just trying to be nice. Yeah. And then immediately I'm like, "Ah, fuck it, whatever. On to the next." Yeah, Daniel Drury. Yeah, he out there in Thailand, man. You want? Oh, you never met my meatwad? Oh, she just walked up right here. You can see her. Let me. Here. You never seen it? I can't believe you never seen my dog. This guy right here. Say hi. Can you see her? Can you see her? Hold on. Let me turn the light on for you. You can see this little mutt. This little mutt. How you doing, little mutt? Okay. Let me turn the light on. See who wants to see your pretty face. What are you doing? Here's this animal. You may see the animal. Here. Come here. Here. Oh. Here's the meat wad. What are you doing? Here's the meat wad. Say hi. Say hi, matey. Say hi. Say hello. Yes. Yes. Say hi to these people. 'Cause some of these people know you. Well. Okay. She wants a snack. So there's Meatwad. If you didn't get a good view of her, you can meet her another time. Let me give this animal, this beast, a snack. And I'll be right back. What you want? Come on. Let's feed you that face. So that is the immortal dog right there. Well, these. Yeah, she's a little Scooby snack. Yeah, I think so too, Dudley. I think the Giants were probably real. It's very. I like the idea of it. It's very interesting. I was having a lot of meditation on that yesterday. What's up, Andrew Christensen? Yeah, when you start to look into all that, I forget Sydney. What's the name of the channel? The dude that does a really good job of. I mean, there's a few people out there that do a really good job of videoing all of the Giants. Oh, look at this! Look who's here! What up, yo? So check it out, y'all. I'm gonna go have my snack and say hello to my counterpart in Insanity. It's been fun. Maybe I'll get back on here in a little while. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast, and we will chat soon. Stay glorious. Do cool things. And J Dreamers. Yeah, J Dreamers does. And Mud Fossils. Good one. We'll all talk soon. Fucking rock on. Stay cool, y'all. Bong bong.